Good morning, everybody. This is Chris Robinson Ag Marketing with today's pre-opening grain comments for April 15th, 2026. It is a Wednesday. I will be on RFD TV uh, later on this afternoon at about 11:45 Central Time, my usual Wednesday spot. So if you get a chance, tune in or listen on rural radio on Sirius. Some good green on the screen last night in the grains. Except for July wheat. July wheat's only down 3 cents though. On July wheat, Casey wheat down 3 cents, but we've had a really good rally in wheat. So we'll see if we can extend it for the rest of this week. D's corn back to 474 and a quarter, up 3.5. May corn 446 and 3/4, up 3 3/4. May beans up 8.5. We're running back up to the highs from the previous day, from right at that 68 area, 769 area. We did trade as low as 56 and 3/4 last night, so about a 12-cent range overnight. New crop beans held 1140. We're back to 1150. That's going to be the fighting level here for today, this 1150. Again, if you haven't done anything, you've been given a gift even right now. Um, New crop beans at 1151. We were down at 1050 back in January. Uh, in D's corn, the low was 45. We're trading at 75. So we did trade as high as 98 in D's corn this year. So we're at a key level here, and I've been talking about this for the past week or so. We came back and tested halfway back. So it's kind of a reset button here. We will see, we're heading into planting. There's really no delayed planting story. Planting is actually going along pretty rapidly. We'll have to continue to watch that. But all in all, good action overnight. Crude oil. I want to talk about crude oil real quick. Last night's low, 87 bucks. Why is that important? And we're trading 91 right now. If you take the low of 55 and the high of 119 half, well, 87 was halfway back. So these markets have sort of calmed down a little bit. You've seen a lot that you see a lot of that type of action, especially with the computers now. These levels are key, and that is a huge part of what I put in my letter every day. I do the homework for you every day. You get the levels every day, and that's why I do it as of the previous day's settlement. I had been sending it out in the morning, but I really think that what's key is to have the baseline, which is every day at 2 o'clock. We get a fresh start of what the key levels might be for the next day. So that's why I switched up when I sent out the letter. Okay, we'll see today. Also, cattle continue to scream higher. We've had kind of a separate story in the hogs. Both, April hogs are going off today. The options are May sitting here at this 94, 95 level. That's also at a key like halfway back level, halfway back of the last rally. So um, we'll see if the market can turn around or not. But it wasn't that long ago where May hogs traded up to 103, 103.075. So we're sitting here at this 94 level, which is halfway back. Back in November, we traded as low as 84.80. So we're still $10 off the bottom, but at a key level here. So if you're doing any sort of risk management, this is a key level to watch. Um, if you're selling animals here, you may want to re-own them in case we pop higher, but you certainly don't want to lift your hedge because there is still downside risk, right? There's um, another support down there at around 92, around 91.75. Then, of course, nobody wants to go back down to 84. So if you're not hedged in your hogs, get something done. With the fat cattle and feeder cattle, going out and look all the way out to Dees 2026 fat cattle, new contract highs, right? So it just keeps motoring higher. We hit 242 and Dees. That's, a tremendously attractive price for anybody that's looking for long-term type hedges. If you look at November, or excuse me, October feeders, go to all the way to October feeders. Again, a new high, took out the old all-time high for that contract at um, three, basically 370. Now we're trading at 371. It looks like this market is trying to rotate up to where we're going to have, 250 fat cattle and possibly, $4 feeders. All right, this is Chris Robinson, Robinson Ag Marketing, 312-638-8868. Remember, I do the homework for you every day. If you're looking for suggestions, I do make specific cash sale recommendations. So if you're struggling with your marketing or you're just, a little bit overwhelmed with the stress of making those decisions, um, consider working with me. I bring 30 years of experience to the table, and I've worked with farmers and producers for the last 16 years. Have a great day.